Hello and welcome back to Capping Corner. Today we're going to go off the Derby Trail for 1 week and we're going to talk about the Pegasus World Cup. The Pegasus World Cup is for older horses. It's a mile and 1/8 and it's at Gulfstream on Saturday. And there are two specific horses I don't like in this race that are probably going to take some money. I want to talk about both of them first and then I'll go into my main choice and we'll talk about some underneath options. So that's the plan. Let's talk about the Pegasus World Cup. We start off with the defending champion White Abarrio. Now, White Abarrio hasn't been winning lately. He's been fifth, fourth, fourth. The last time he won was the Ghost Zapper Stakes back in March, and he also won the Pegasus World Cup last year. So I'm going against the defending champion. How could I be going against him? He's 10-8-1 at Gulfstream. I think he missed some training, and I just don't know if he's ready for this race. We can read here on Brave AI, which basically summarizes the news. White Abarrio was scratched from the Mr. Prospector. He decided, or the connection decided, that they were going to train him to the Pegasus World Cup. Trainer Safi Joseph Jr. stated that the team felt running into Mr. Prospector would not benefit the horse. And I think that's just trainer talk. I think they had to explain that he wasn't training well. Because why else would you skip your prep race for the Pegasus World Cup? They ran in the Mr. Prospector last year and they finished second. No, that was 2024, but it was December 2024. They finished second in that race and then he won the Pegasus World Cup by over 6 lengths. I think he's short this time. I don't see a prep race. You can see the gap between December 11 and January 4, and you can even see the gap between November 23 and December 11. He was supposed to run in a Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. The vet saw something wrong, I think, and there was a disagreement there. I think there's just too much things going on around White Abarrio, and I have too many questions about him. I understand the argument for playing him again. He loves his track. He's the defending champion, but he's not for me, so I'm going to skip him. Now let's go to Tappan Street. I don't like him either. I know he showed promise earlier in the year, or last year. He beat Sovereignty, who ended up winning the Belmont Stakes, the Travers Stakes, and the Kentucky Derby, of course. I don't know if he's ready for this race. When he came back, it wasn't that great of a return race, even though he won. We can show the clip. And Tappan Street is in the white bridle. He's right next to the horse in blinkers. And yes, he's going to take the lead. He's going to win. But look how he's being ridden. He's being asked to run. Now, there's been a month since that race. And I know Brad Cox could have trained him to a higher level since then. And maybe we'll see a different Tappan Street this time. I just can't bet on that. I just can't trust that. I need to see that he's at this level or something close to this level. And I don't see it with that optional claimer, a 92 breeze speed rating. And from a visual standpoint, I just can't get there because he was trying hard to beat that horse, and that horse is nowhere near grade 1 quality. So Tappan Street is not for me. I understand the argument that he could improve off that race. He's making a second start off the layoff, and maybe Brad Cox has him tuned up for this race. I'm still going to skip him. He's not going to be on my ticket. And if he wins, he wins. That would be great for racing to have Tappan Street return to his grade 1 form that got him the Florida Derby. Now let's talk about a horse that I do like, Disco Time. Disco Time, he won the Dwyer Stakes by 9 3/4 of a length, and he won the St. Louis Derby by 5.5 lengths with a 103 on Breeze. Why did he only earn a 91 on Breeze in the Dwyer Stakes? It might be a mistake. Beyer gave him a 107 for that race, and typically the Breeze number is higher than the Beyer number, so for him to only earn a 91 in that race, it might be a mistake. We can take a look at the clip. We have them in the stretch run, and Disco Time is on the lead. I love how straight he runs in this race, and there's no wasted motion. I know the jockey is asking him moderately. That's fine. He totally crushes Crudo, and he crushed Tip Top Thomas on the lead, who couldn't run with him when they made the turn. Disco Time wins this in a powerful way. And that was a one-turn mile. Can he go 9 furlongs? He hasn't been 9 furlongs, but he did go a mile 1/16th in the St. Louis Derby, and he did win the Lecomte Stakes at a mile 1/16th. We can take a look at the St. Louis Derby, and we see him on the lead again. And we see him crushing horses again. I think that's Hypnus on the rail. So the horses he beat in second and third, Hypnus and Excite, maybe they aren't that great, but I love the way he finishes this race. And just from a visual standpoint, it doesn't seem like 9 furlongs would be a problem. Although I will point out that Disco Chick is Dam was a sprinter. We can take a look at her Equibase page, Disco Chick, and you see these races, the Interborough Stakes, that's a sprint race, the Pumpkin Pie, that's a sprint race. My point is, her career was a sprinter, but sometimes horses outrun their pedigree, and maybe this one will. The Dam Sire is Jumpstart, the Grandsire is Giant's Causeway, so maybe there's enough pedigree in there to get 9 furlongs. He is my choice for this race. I know he's going to be the favorite, but that's okay. I think this horse has a chance to be something special, and I'm just going to pick him, especially from the rail where he gets to save all the ground. Disco Time is my choice for the Pegasus World Cup. Let's talk about some underneath options for Disco Time. Starting off with Mika. Mika has been improved lately. He was second in the Cigar Mile, just by a neck to Bishop's Bay, and he won an allowance race at Laurel by 14 lengths with a 106 on Breeze. And I like both of those races. And of course, he was setting the pace in the Cigar Mile before Bishop's Bay caught him. I think that Bishop's Bay just ran a great race. I think Mika, the race he ran in the Cigar Mile, would have won most editions of that race. We can take a look at the clip. We see Mika on the lead right here. We see Bishop's Bay trying to get him. And Mika was not quitting at all. Mika was giving it his all, and he was still going pretty fast. And Bishop's Bay is going to take the entire stretch run to catch him. And I thought Mika ran well, even though he lost at the end. Mika is definitely a grade 1 level horse at this point. My question is whether he can go 9 furlongs. I would think so with his pedigree. Catholic Boy was a router. We see names like Empire Maker, Summer Wind Dancer. Summer Wind Dancer won a Delaware Handicap back in 2004, and back then it was a 10 furlong race, so that's something to note. I know Spitestown is thought of as a sprinter miler sire, but everything else looks good from Catholic Boy, Empire Maker, Summer Wind Dancer. You know, back in 2024, when he broke his maiden, he won with a stalking style, 2 lengths off the pace. And if he could do that again in this spot, I think that would be perfect, especially from the outside post. I don't know if he wants to get into a speed duel with Full Serrano, who might go for the lead. If Full Serrano does not go for the lead, then by all means go for the lead. But otherwise, that stalking style he showed in his maiden win back as a 2-year-old, that would come in really handy in this spot. Mika is an underneath horse for me in the Pegasus World Cup. The second horse I want underneath Disco Time is Full Serrano. Full Serrano, the last time we saw him, he was fading in a British Cup Dirt Mile after chasing a hot pace. And we can watch that clip. You can see him in second right now. Citizen Bull is on the lead. And Citizen Bull was never going to stop in this race. He was sent on a mission, and he almost accomplished the mission, but the pace was fast, and again, whenever a horse is chasing another horse who isn't going to stop, it could be discouraging to the presser. And you see that Full Serrano is dropping back here. The pace was fast, 44.96 for the half for a 1 mile race. Even at Santa Anita, that's pretty fast. And I could forgive the race. I know he faded 12 lengths back. It's forgivable. So, Full Serrano before that was second in the Goodwood Stakes to Nevada Beach. And we saw that Full Serrano won the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile last year. He was second in the Pacific Classic at 10 furlongs. So I don't think distance is the problem. I just think he was chasing a fast pace in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. But in the Goodwood Stakes, I think Nevada Beach just ran a good race and caught him. I don't think going 9 furlongs will be a problem for Full Serrano. I just think he needs a good trip. And does he absolutely need the lead? Because he would be better off trying to press the leader rather than try to set the pace. But we'll see what happens. Full Serrano is going to be an underneath horse on my ticket. Let's talk about British Isles to finish off the video. He's the third horse I want underneath Disco Time. And he was second in a Native Diver Stakes won by Nevada Beach. And he only lost by half a length. I have no reason to think that race was a fluke. He earned a 105 on Breeze. He switched to dirt, and they found out that he liked dirt. Maybe he didn't handle dirt earlier in his career, but he was a young horse back then. And maybe now that he's an older horse, he realizes full potential on dirt. And I do like the fact that he has tactical speed, and he's going to be right up there, maybe in third or fourth. And what else can I say about him? We can watch a clip of the Native Diver Stakes. We see him in the big white blaze right there in the middle, and Nevada Beach is on the outside. And British Isles is never going to quit. He's doing a good job of fighting Nevada Beach on the outside. And he's only going to lose by half a length, like I said, but I thought it was a good effort. And how can you say that's a fluke? I don't know. I just think that he spent too much time on turf, so we couldn't see what his full potential was. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's going to throw in a clunker, and maybe that was a fluke. But I think his odds will be big enough that you can try him underneath. British Isles is on my ticket for the Pegasus World Cup. He's going to be underneath Disco Time. So again, Disco Time is my top choice in this race, but I'm going to put underneath three horses, starting off with, who was my first choice? Mika. And then I'm also going to choose Full Serrano, and also I'm going to put British Isles underneath him. So Disco Time over Mika, Full Serrano, and British Isles, it's an exacta key with Disco Time on top. That's my play for the Pegasus World Cup on Saturday at Gulfstream. Good luck with your bets this weekend, and I'll see you guys soon.